I've got to set you guys up. Let's get it going. Sky, get it together. Get it together. You guys, this tripod is pointless. I'm sure it serves a purpose in its life, but I have yet to figure out what it is. It's short and it can't, can't really do much. It sounds really bad. I'm short, so. And yeah, hard to reach places when you're freaking short is a very, very big struggle. And I don't think, I know some of you guys may know, but there's my book. I used to work in a warehouse and I drove a forklift. And I am 5'3", so can you just, that's a sight. And I used to have photos on my other camera before it got ran over, and I did not run over my own phone on a forklift. It was the guy that was behind me. Mine fell off and out of my pocket, and I didn't know it until until you pretty much get off, start looking for your phone, you're parking and you're plugging in your forklift. You got to recharge the battery. So we're all parking in and doing our thing, and I hop off, and it was one of those forklifts where you had to keep, can I remember, you had to keep your left leg down the whole time, and you're pretty much driving all in reverse. You got a steering wheel, and then you have your little, I don't know what it's called, but that was fun. Yeah, and then having to move your forks in and out to make it into pallets, and driving off of 18 unloading trucks and making cardboard bells. Oh, it was such a fun life. But y'all, I was in shape. Y'all, I was so in shape. I used to pull huge pallets of oh my God, pallets of water, 45 cases of water would come to a pallet. Oh my gosh, I had killer muscular legs, and that's where I keep all my strength, keep your back straight, and just use all the right muscles, and you won't hurt yourself. Although I do think I have, I don't know if you guys have noticed, those who watch me, my shoulder pops often, and that was just solely because of repetitive motion of what I was doing. But yeah, it was fun. I used to give the guys a hard time around there, because a lot of them, you had a day and a night shift. And I worked the night shift because I'm a night owl and I like to sleep in. And what was I saying? I just got distracted. And so when they were leaving, they would just stuff our baler and our trash, and they didn't care. They didn't care, and their boss didn't care. Well, what happened was that their boss got fired, which was a team lead. And guess who became team lead? My boss at the time was thoroughly impressed that I was the only woman there. At that time, I was probably 23, 24, 25. I was somewhere in my 20s. I was somewhere in my mid-20s when I worked there, and I killed it every day. My goal was to go home. When I clocked in, my goal was to go home. Okay, I get off at midnight, then we're gonna be done at midnight. I'm not gonna fuck around. We're gonna get in, get out, get to work, get what we gotta get done, and drop the keys off to the morning shift coming back in. And the guys really kind of didn't like that too much, because a woman's stepping in to a leadership role. So I had some guys who just, kind of gave me some shit about that, and I didn't really care. I was like, dude, everybody takes it from somebody. I'm not being rude to you. I am respectful to you, because that's one thing I hated, was somebody micromanaging me and someone talking down to me like I was a 5-year-old kid. And I made sure not to do that with any of these guys. I was, really, really cool with with the majority of them, but you get the ones here who just don't want to deal with it. But anyways, their boss, the morning shift boss, or our lead shift boss, the big guy, he got fired. They promoted me, which meant I worked that middle shift. I usually would stay on a lot longer in the night to help those guys, because they had a brunt of all the 18-wheelers coming in and loading and unloading stuff. So I did the right thing, and I would stay, work overtime, help my team out. I mean, that's what it was all about. And I remember the first day where they announced it, a lot of the dudes were like, "Oh, dude, that's awesome. What's up, boss lady?" And they were really supportive. But some guys just didn't want to. They didn't care. They just didn't want to. They just didn't want to hear it from a woman. And You know, I never really was like, well, then you're fired because you don't want to listen to what I have to say. You know, it's an adjustment. Change is huge for a lot of people. And I understood that. Now, there were two that were very disrespectful, and I didn't have to do anything. My boss heard about that. My boss was the one that actually they said something to, and that was the dumbest thing you could have done because he pretty much wrote them up and told them to get the hell out of there, and they didn't work there for very long. But I came along, and when I worked on the night shift as just a regular crew member, as a warehouse associate or whatever, I would make bells on my own. And if you guys know anything about cardboard balers, they depend on the size. Ours was probably, oh God, it's hard for you guys to even see, but I guess I can do the measurement on that back wall. Our baler was pretty much almost the size of that entire wall up until where I would say it came to an end. So from that corner to about here, that was our baler. And now it was wide, like it was wide. And we had to run, you have to run wires through it, tie it up, crank a wheel, you gotta do all these things, press a button, and it's supposed to pop out. Anybody who's ever dealt with that knows it sounds easier said than done. And the morning crew would stuff it with just bullshit trash. And it would piss me off because I was like, you know, I would be like, I'm a girl, I'm 5'3", and when I put my boxes in there, and the baler is, you can't bell anymore. And if you guys, you know what I'm talking about. You can't bell anymore. You need to make a bell. You've got to get rid of all that cardboard out of there. Don't be a lazy asshole. Just do it. And I would do it on my own, all by myself. I would do it by myself because I didn't want to be a dick to anybody. And so when they made me team lead, I made sure to everybody knew how to make a bell because that was an excuse. Well, I don't know how to make one. Well, you about to learn. Come with me, buddy, and we'll make one together. And I always try to make it more so a team effort. Like, hey, if you need help making a bell, come and get me. If you need help getting something out of the steel, if you need help putting something, slotting something, if you need help with a driver, come and get me. Let me know. I'm going to be out here. I'm going to be doing this. I'm going to be on this section. Come and find me. And we had radios as well, which that was fun, having radios, and you're not dealing with customers. It's just solely a warehouse. So we would say some things on our walkie-talkies, and that was, you guys, it was a fun job. I'm not gonna lie, it was a fun job. Now, it was hell to work during the summertime because you were just you know, climate controlled. It was just it was like hell. It was a misery. So I'm so thankful to be in my job that I currently have now, which is the complete opposite. It is it's a very corporate America job, and I'm very blessed to have, you know, both the opportunity to have what I had at my last job. I don't know why I started to randomly talk about this. You guys love to talk. Oh my God, if you haven't noticed that by now. But anyways, I thought I'd give you a little bit of info of what my jobs have been. But currently, I work insane hours. At my current job, I work about, let's see, so Monday, Tuesdays are heavy, hard-hitting days. Wednesdays can be really hard-hitting days as well. Like, I'm talking about, like, at the very least, if I'm lucky, 10 hours. I know, 10 hours a day, I know. Sorry, I'm like looking at you guys and not looking at you guys because I have stuff on my screen. So I'm pretty distracted with that too. But, and it starts to taper off later on in the week. But yeah, it's not easy. It is definitely. Oh, okay. Glad I didn't order that because that would have been the wrong thing. But it has most definitely been it's been an experience, and I have been lucky enough to be blessed with the opportunity with the job that I currently have. It just takes up most of my time. And then if I'm not working, I am on social media, you know, on Instagram, or making videos or editing videos and filming videos. So my brain is constantly going. Like the Energizer Bunny, that's how I feel. So I try to wind down for the night, but you guys, I'm honestly up probably at like up until probably like midnight, maybe 1 o'clock in the morning, working on like videos and maybe like some extra content on Instagram. But I come home like this after work and I still work, which is solely something I should stop doing, because it's not like they're telling me that I have to do this. It's I choose to do it. I choose to be there when they need me and answer and reply. So I don't come in the next day and have, like, I kid you not, I think when I came into work today from the weekend, so today is Monday, and you guys, I don't know when you will see this, it'll probably be later on in the week, but when I came in on Monday, I, logged in and got on my computer, which I brought my computer home with me. I bring my computer, my laptop home with me, but on Sundays and Saturdays, I kind of just check out. I'm like, I'm not answering any emails at all. And I come in and my emails are about 150 that I have to go through. I kid you not, 150, just kind of going through emails, people including you on emails, people, when you're EA, they want to include you in anything and everything that happens in your building, that happens with an associate, because they want you to be informed if you're working for a CEO. So that's how that kind of goes, and that's how my life is. But you guys, I wouldn't change it for anything. I am having the most fun in my life. And I'm in my 30s, so I'm having the most fun in my life that I've had in a long time. And it is, I worked a lot when I was in my 20s as well. Well, I would take more part-time jobs when I was in my 20s. I mean, I would at least still pull in probably like 35 hours, maybe 32 hours, but it wasn't on my own. I was paying bills there then until, I moved out when I was like 23 or so. Maybe like, yeah, I was 23, and I moved out and started doing my own thing, and one thing led to another, and I've just been very, very blessed to have the jobs that I've had to be stepping stones. So I've been blessed with that, so I can't complain. Oh, I could complain, but I'm not going to. Hey, Mr. Motorcycle Man, you want to be a little quiet out there? I hear you, neighbor. Everybody hears you. So if you guys hear that, that is my neighbor on his Harley. And it's a cool ass Harley. I like Harleys. I don't think I've ever told you guys. And it's kind of something else that I left out on my Q&A. I love cars. I love cars. I absolutely love cars. I love everything that there is to like know and learn about cars, and how they're put together, and how different models were put together, and how older cars were put together, and how newer cars are put together. Scotty Kilmore on YouTube, I believe that's his last name. I absolutely love, I love his channel. He just reminds me of like my dad. He's just like, giving you all these tips and tricks, and he's like, solely, I just want you to know this stuff just so you're not getting scammed, and God, I keep hitting this microphone. But yeah, that's fun fact about me, like Harleys. Love hot rods, love cars, and particularly I like I think it's a 1970 Chevy Nova. Any hot rod would do from the 70s, absolutely would do, and I absolutely adore those cars. That is for sure. You guys have made $2 on YouTube. High roller. I don't rely on that for money at all. Again, that is just more, YouTube's like it's just creative for me. It's so fun to make a video, put it out there, and see if people receive it or reject it. And, you're going to have a little bit of both, but sincerely, you guys have been awesome, and I just appreciate it. You're the best.